Hi, witchlings. Welcome back to the floor. Today's video, we are going to be discussing 10 witchy things that you can do every day. Obviously, you don't have to do all of these every day. I know daily practice is not something that everyone really loves. That's okay. That's A-O-fucking-K. But these are some ideas, these are some things that I do every day. I think there's a really beneficial thing that comes with daily practice. Do I myself have a daily practice? No, I do not. I used to, but life kind of gets in the way of stuff like that. And while I still commune with my spirits pretty frequently, I'm not actively practicing every single day, and that's okay because I am busy. I am moving. I am doing other things with my life. Okay. Once again, shout out to Sally, my editor, for editing this video. Everyone wave hi to Sally. Everyone get used to Sally. We love her in this house. Anyways, 10 witchy things to do every day. I don't have a full list of 10 here, but we're gonna make things up as we go along, okay? Number 1, you can research or study or read. For me, this is a really good low spoon activity. And I guess if we're considering reading or researching or studying a part of your daily practice, I do have a daily practice because recently I have been making time every day to read and learn, whether it be researching on the internet and kind of deep diving into one specific topic that I'm really interested in. I've lately been really into pre-Hellenic influence Roman deities. So exciting. Or at least deities of Italy, pre-Rome and pre-Hellenic influence, Etruscan, local, etc. I've been very into that. I've also been reading our book of the month this month, which is Honoring Your Ancestors by Mallory Godoys. I've read this book before, I've implemented it into my practice, and I am reading it again. Along with that, I am reading Braiding Sweetgrass and The Spiral Dance. Spiral Dance is by Starhawk, and Braiding Sweetgrass is by Robin Wall Kimmerer. She's an Indigenous author. I love her. I want to get her other book, Gathering Moss. If you're interested in knowing what I'm reading and what I've been doing and book requests and recommendations, leave a comment down below. When it comes to daily practice or doing witchy things every day, I 100% think that research and studying and reading is a perfectly great activity. Especially for me, it's a low spoon activity. Spoons work differently for every single chronically ill witch. But yeah. Number 2, you can pray. This is very specific to paganism, so this is more of a pagan thing to do every day. Instead of praying, you can substitute this with 2 other things that are considered other kind of aspects of things you can do every day, which I will talk about in a second. But you can pray every day if you want. You don't have to pray every day. For me, my conversations with my ancestors, entity spirits, very often go like, hey buddy, can this happen? And they're like, yes or no. And then we go from there, give them offerings. I go outside. My communing with my spirits is my communing with nature. My communing with spirits is my communing with myself. I got very deep. But if you don't want to pray, you can do another activity, and you can do both of these as well if you feel like it, which is meditation. Meditation is a really great way to hone in on a lot of different skills and hone in on different aspects of your practice that may be beneficial for you to hone in on and focus in on. Meditation is fun. Not everyone can do it. If you're not interested in meditation, that's okay. If you prefer active meditation because you have a lot of issues meditating, that's also okay. Active meditation is one of my favorite things to do. When I say active meditation, I mean meditating while you're doing an activity. Hiking, walking, cleaning. Putting intent into daily activities is a way that meditation can take place, but also putting intent into daily activities is another witchy thing you can do. So I guess that's number 4. Number 4, putting intent into daily activities. This can look like intentionally washing your hair, intentionally breathing. To me, this is witchy, even if it doesn't really seem witchy, because to me, witchcraft is a communion, a spiritual relationship with myself, with external things, with my guides, with nature. And when I am spiritually communing and putting intention into how I exist on a day-to-day basis, that to me is part of my practice and witchcraft. If you don't like either of those options, that's okay. You can totally ground yourself. I think there are certain ways to do grounding. For me, my go-to way is take my socks off, put my feet in the grass, and just connect with everything around me and really meditate and really just check in with myself. Every morning I will wake up and I try to do check-ins and say, how is my energy today? What can I accomplish today? What do I need to accomplish today? And how can I make this happen? Grounding yourself is so important for so many different reasons. Grounding yourself is also something that I have done with psychology and therapy. Body scans is a way of grounding, breathing in a specific manner is a way of grounding. It's really helpful in places of anxiety and overstimulation and overwhelmingness and sensory issues, and it's going to be different for everyone. For me, my go-to grounding technique is what I said, socks off, outside, but I also do breathing exercises, and when I am really overstimulated and can't ground with any of those methods, I get what I call a safety blanket and wrap it in. I wrap myself up and get a safety item, and I just lay in bed. And I just stay there until I feel connected with my body again. That in particular, these grounding methods are things that I have learned not only throughout my practice, but throughout my life as a very anxious person and someone who gets overstimulated very easily. And I think that they're all really important. And I think that grounding yourself and taking care of yourself and prioritizing yourself is witchcraft. Because like I said, witchcraft to me is a spiritual communion with myself, my guides, nature, external things, internal things. And to me, taking care of myself is witchcraft. It's part of witchcraft, at least. A few other things you can do. You can charm your necklace, your jewelry. I wear 2 necklaces religiously. This is my cornicchiello, my corno. This is my grandma's, an Italian heirloom, and this is my St. Mary pendant that I wear in honor of my goddess Diana. Both of these are typically taken off, cleansed, re-enchanted. If you're interested in knowing more about charming jewelry, cleansing jewelry, I have made a few TikToks on it, but I can also go over like a whole YouTube video on it. And to me, enchanting or charming everyday objects like rings, earrings, veils, etc. is a really great way to bring magic into your practice every day. You don't necessarily even have to do that every day, but rather you now have an object with you every day that carries magic with you. I had a certain period of charming these objects before they kind of took on a life of their own. Both of them are seen as protection, charms, amulets, etc. In my folk magic practice and in my Italian heritage, the pendant and the cornicchiello. So they've kind of taken on a mind of their own. The rings are where I put a lot of focus. I don't know if you can see. We have onyx, daisy chain, little thorns, and earrings. It depends. These are just for fun, but my sword earrings definitely enchanted with protection and charmed with protection, and a bunch of other things that I wear are as well. You can also enchant your coffee, which I know sounds weird. I don't know if I've talked about this on YouTube before, but this is tea, by the way. Enchant a drink is a better way of saying this. Tea break. I enchant my coffee or enchant a drink by taking honey, stirring 3 times clockwise to bring some positivity in, or 3 times counterclockwise to push something out. And I basically infuse my beverage with intent, and that's how I start my day. I love doing that because it feels like it sets the mood for the entire day. It really kind of brings everything in. I guess it's part of my daily practice too. Damn, I do more than I thought I did. Like, I really am sitting here like, I don't have a daily practice. I do, I just don't think about it anymore. I've infused the mundane and the magical, the sacred and profane. The other thing you can do is glamour magic. I know this is considered a more intense form of magic, but like skincare, makeup, putting intentions into what you cover your face with, protecting yourself with skincare and makeup, really going out of your way to kind of take the time to take care of your skin is great and really something to do every day. And I know I mentioned briefly the mundane and the magical. When we talk about doing witchy things every day in daily practice, I feel like we don't often think about infusing the magical and the mundane. But in my practice in folk magic, this is something that's very normal, is that the mundane and the magic are one and the same. That doesn't mean you completely ignore every magical thing is mundane or every mundane thing is magical, but it means that they are kind of more intertwined than we ever could imagine. Why taking care of my plants is something that's spiritual to me at this point. Folding laundry is ancestral devotion at this point. Don't ask, but it is. Nourishing my body to me is also sometimes spiritual. I'm trying to repair my relationship with food. If you don't know, I have a chronic illness. I have celiac disease, so my relationship with food has been strained for a very long time. I think anyone who eats food and has it poison them in a certain way or doesn't fuel your body the way you could is weird. So I'm trying to repair that and looking to repair that as an act of devotion to my ancestors, because food is so important in Italian culture and is so important in my family. So healing that trauma of my particular body, and something we lost was the food in my immediate family. So working on healing that relationship with food, which is an everyday thing. I'm trying to get myself into a routine. That's just for my own sanity. I don't do good without a routine, but I'm really bad at implementing the routine. We're working on it. You know, protecting myself, protecting my energy is part of my daily practice. It's something I do every day. These check-ins, this grounding, I try to do every day. Even if I'm lax on it, to me, they're easy things to implement, and it's not going to be easy for everyone, and I understand that, and that's okay. You do not have to do these things every day, but if you are looking to formulate or looking for things that you can do every day that are easier to access or accessible, that's okay. And this is a great video for you. The other things you can do, you can carry a crystal with you. You can charge crystals overnight, carry them with you. That's something to do every day if you wish. Same idea as kind of charming or enchanting jewelry. You can start scheduling things and spells in accordance with the moon if you want. You can pay attention, you can do things according to the moon. I love lunar magic so much. We had a wax and gibbous last night and it was blood red, and I was like, where's my tiger's eye? That's a practical magic reference. But overall, you know, your practice is your practice, and these are things that I have implemented into my practice or a daily practice were found really easy to implement, but it's not going to be the same for everyone, and that's okay. And you don't have to have a daily practice. This is the thing about witchcraft. It's yours. Your practice is yours. You get to do whatever you want with it. But anyways, if you have some witchy things that you do every day or you do very frequently, drop them in the comments below. I would love to hear about them. I really enjoyed making this video. We will have more videos coming out every single week. We're going to be back on schedule. Videos coming out in the next coming weeks will be my first video talking about one of my experiences with a past deity that I worked with, Freya, including worshiping her, honoring her, my experience with it, how I did it. So if you're interested, definitely turn the bell on so you can get a notification for when it's published. If you want, you can like, comment, subscribe, but no pressure. That is all I have for you today. If you stayed till the end of the video, you know I love you. Remember to drink water. Have a great rest of your day. Ciao benedica.